Potentially one, potentially two, depends on how time goes. Those who were at Pride have already heard them both, so I haven't had time to do 2 sets in one day. My darling, language evades intention sometimes. Trips over its own tongue, lands hanging in the air and slips with the safety nets of silence. I wish there was some way I could let you know how I've felt since meeting you. How meeting you was like finding a part of myself I didn't know I had lost. How lost doesn't feel like a bad thing when it's in the only eyes of your family that took their colour from the earth. Your feet are so willing to wander. How your feet trod admiration back up your spine to those very chocolate eyes. How your eyes cradle me when I cannot handle contact. How contact with you grounds me, how the ground feels more stable when you balance out the pavement, how the pavement no longer feels like a tightrope. How tightropes are not scary when you're holding out a lifeline, how lifelines carve their way into my face as creases every time my eyes smile with me, how my smile welcomes you to every room, yet follows when you exit. How exits entice me to dance and your footsteps in worship, transforming them into entrances. How you entered my inner circle, borrowed my trust, bubble wrapped it, tied it with a bow. How Cupid's bow used me as target practice. How practice could never quite make this perfect. How perfect is not something we ever want to achieve. How our achievements make each other proud. How pride is something we are still learning. How learning the harmony to your heart has become my favourite pastime. How time passes fast with you, like clouds, carried through the sky on an autumn breeze, always too fast to catch hold of, slow enough to transfix you. Darling, don't you see how you cast so much light I do not notice the sun setting? How the sun seems to set so much earlier with you around, as if bowing down to you. How you allow me my silence. How silence feels stifling without being broken by your breathing. How your breathing lulls this insomnia into shadow. How shadow is no longer my safe space. How safe is a word you taught me. You taught me that leaving does not always mean forever. Forever would never be enough time with you. Your forever is something I can only hope for, knowing I would substitute it for our happiness if the road bent that way. The road between us seems to always stretch too far. How far I would run for you if I had the breath in my lungs. How my lungs become strangers to air when you link your fingers through mine and steer me in the direction of happiness. How direction is something neither of us have right now. How right now we could be each other's signposts. How signposts so far have always led us back to one another. How that makes me feel weightless. How weightless is the closest I can get to explaining my heart state. How my heart state's the truth when you kiss me. How when you kiss me I feel free. How 3 words become my crutch to tell you all of this at once, my darling. Language evades intention sometimes. Trips over its own tongue, lands hanging in the air and slips through the safety nets of silence. If you ever doubt mine, just listen for the words that are hidden in the echoes. Every time I tell you, I love you. So we're going to do a race and we're going to plummet back into the depths of reality. This is Calver. I've always been a glass half empty kind of guy, because it means there's always room for another half a pint or another shot of whiskey or another drop of rye. I've never had an issue with sinking drinks like battleships. Drowning lips, this drop of truth when pouring out, riding the waves, crash down my throat. surfing along the coast of vulnerability. Only opening the floodgates became an attack on the chart of relatability of smoke. Used to fill these lungs and I would choke on the ghost of my demons. Deep unsung stories dancing in the one place I never found sunlight, pinned down in fist fights against my own psyche, clawing at the person I've become who's in the security of safety. I developed into reality that shifted you. I should have known I would never be enough for you. You taught me how easily purity skewed, but you trust someone who never knew its melody. I swear I'm not the enemy, I just had the sense to see you never really needed me. But I saw you as a saviour. Little did I know you can't stop a car crash that's already happened, and I wish I could tell you I was a survivor, but I'm just a corpse that hasn't forgotten how to breathe yet. I'm nothing more than recycled heartbreak. Love with a skeleton made of powder. I don't stand tall anymore, just get washed away with the rainfall. I'm still emptying bottles down my throat so I can fill them with messages reading SOS knowing it's far too late to say. Watch my white flag waving and decide if I deserve your sympathy, because I'm a shell of who I used to be, filled to bursting with soliloquy, and I see you listen. With open ears, but with closed hearts, and my art is not your spectacle. I know I'm not respectable, but I am still human, still proving no anchor can sink me.